Hello everyone. Welcome to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. Today we are going to see a trick code on multiple constraints. It's an example where I need to specify multiple constraints. Let us understand this code first. I have a class constraint example. In this class, I have three random variables. Since I have used the keyword rand, it means these are random variables. A, B, and C, all three are 16-bit variables. My requirement is I need to generate the value such that C should be greatest. C should be greater than B should be greater than A, and A should be greater than 0. This is my requirement. And this is how I have specified the constraint. Then I am creating a module test constraint wherein we are creating an instance of class constraint example, calling the constructor, and then we are going to randomize the value 10 times and finally display the values of A, B and C. Let us run this example first and then we will analyze the output. I have run this example first. Just keep in mind that my requirement is that C should be greatest, B should be greater than A but less than C, and A should be less than B but A should be greater than 0. Now let us see what kind of output you got. Your requirement was that C should be greatest. If you remember, your requirement is that C should be greatest. If you see this second value which got generated, do you think C is greatest? No, I don't think C is greatest here. If you see, the value of A is greater than C, even the value of B is greater than C. And also if you can see, is B greater than A? No, A is greater than B. Even in like this you can analyze other examples also. Here also if you see, the value of B is greater than C. It means there is something wrong in the way you are specifying the constraint. When you want to give multiple constraint, you don't have to specify like this. This is not the right way. The right way is to specify the constraints one by one. That is only how the constraint solver can solve it. So here if you see, there are three different constraints. First one is A should be greater than 0. Second is B should be greater than A. And third constraint is C should be greater than B. These are my three constraints. Now let us try to give three constraints instead of a single constraint. So here I am dividing this big one constraint into three smaller constraints. Now let us save this and now we will run. If just keep in mind that C should be greatest. There is something wrong. Let me see. Okay, I did not give semicolon here. Let me give the semicolon. For every constraint we need to give semicolon. Now let me again rerun. Now let us first see, is my C greatest everywhere? C. If you see here, yes, C is greatest. Yes, C is greatest. Here whatever values got generated, C is greatest and so on. You can check. Now is B greater than A? Yes, 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 yes. And is A greater than 0? Yes. Now your constraint got generated correctly. So sometimes when we are very new to constraints, we might commit such mistake. Just keep in mind that you, whenever there are multiple constraints, you need to give it separately. If you try to club all constraints in a single long constraint, it might not be possible for the constraint solver in your simulation tool to solve it correctly, and you might get incorrect random values, as you saw in the example. If you get incorrect random values, it means your test is generating incorrect values for your random variable. It will not be a valid test. It will not analyze your design. It will not properly verify your design. That is why it is so important to understand each concept in depth with examples. Practice it until and unless you practice, and you also practice this trick codes. You understand this trick codes, you are not going to be a good verification engineer. So I request you, please understand each and every concept in detail. We are trying to cover each and every concept in each and every topic in detail. Understand it and practice it by yourself until and unless you are going to code this by your hands and run it and analyze the output by yourself. You are not going to understand it properly, and you are going to commit these mistakes while coding. Best luck for learning System Verilog and other VLSI concepts. To stay tuned to such free content on VLSI, please subscribe to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. Thank you.